Миром Господу помолимся.
Electromagnetic fields, which is cell phones, which is Wi-Fi, which is what we're bombarded with right here. Mold, toxins, and I'm mentioning mold because I'm talking about a patient that I had who had severe mold toxin illness. And whatever else they want to inject in your bodies, be really careful and watch that. I'm going to write an article about vaccines that will come in Natural Awakenings. Well, it would be nice if we could live protected from all of these things, and we can try to protect ourselves as good as possible. We have control over what we put in our mouths for the most part. I wish there was labeling. We can choose what we drink. We can choose what we surround ourselves with for the most part. Sometimes we can't choose. Sometimes we're just exposed to EMFs and to influences. And we can't really live in a bubble. So here's the predicament. How can we protect ourselves? How can we be healthy? I have been practicing hormone replacement therapy, adrenal balancing, thyroid optimization for a good 16 years. I work with nutritionists. I know all about nutritional support supplements, exercise, and of course, healthy thought spirituality is always part of being a healthy human being. But this is not what I'm going to talk about today. Today I would like to talk about energy medicine. Life is energy, as you all know. Whether you feel grounded or whether you feel flustered may have something to do with what you're exposed to and how you react to it. We all know why we want to go on vacation, because walking barefoot on the beach feels really good. That happens to be because the grounding energies of the earth will help us feel so good. When we're exposed to EMS, we get disconnected from the grounding energies of the earth. Walking in shoes will do the same, or just living in a city. So since we can't always be on vacation, we have to somewhat bring those grounding energies home to us. Today, what if you could have a pendant that actually has the wave matrix of your own healthy child cell matrix? Not just a generic grounding earth frequency. It's good to surround yourself with the earth's energies, but your own healthy cell matrix that you had as a child is a whole different ballgame. So the latest in energy medicine that we would like to introduce to you today is the information wave technology of the quantum leap, and it is based on structuralist genetics. We would like to introduce to you the mini Tesla generators, which is basically a transmitter with a specific wave matrix that is stored in a crystal. The crystal works as an information storage and dispenser for wave matrices. This crystal, which is also could be called a transmitter, a generator, emits micro vibrations with the infinite number of frequencies. This is generic versus individualized energy medicine. So here's the question: what if every cell of your body could function again like when you were a healthy child, unaffected by age, toxins, and disease? Can this healthy cell matrix be again instilled into your body? The answer is yes. With With the help of these specific lasers with internal positive mirrors, holographic information from your child's picture or cord blood or placenta, which is hard to come by at a certain age, but if some people have it, they can be used to. This information can be taken and it can be instilled in this microcrystal. The super and the ultra mini Tesla generators are just that. They're generators that have your individualized cell matrix structured into the crystal. So the magic ingredient is you. This cell matrix is then transmitted onto the crystal chip, which now contains your own bio-hologram. This chip now functions as a generator/transmitter and will produce the holographic signal of your DNA antenna, making your DNA vibrate with the frequency and amplitudes of your own child wave matrix. Those mini Tesla generators, they come in 3 different versions. The first one is the basic, and that contains a generic healthy human wave matrix. The next step is the super. The super is a wave matrix that is individualized to your own body, so your own cord blood, placenta, or baby picture. So it's emitting your own healthy cell hologram. The ultra is the super with additional functions and with the ability to get digitalized medications onto the chip as well. And it also has the ability to have, with a subscription, remote supervision from the institute. This is an option for people who have more severe illnesses and require medications and need more supervision and improvement. There's 2 different modes, the closed or the shield mode and the open mode. The open mode is normally generally worn during the day and the shield mode when sleeping. But there are also occasions during the day when people would like to switch to the closed mode, and that is when one is exposed to harmful influences from the outside. The generators will have a dark and a light side, and this is how you can see what the open and the closed mode is. When you have the light side towards your body, it increases the informational wave impact on your environment, and that's the open mode. When you have the dark side towards your body, it protects you from harmful outside influences. And this can be worn like this non-stop if possible, if needed. These generators also come with audio modules, and that's a software that includes 22 modules of digitized wave matrices. And this is encoded in white noise, so it's something to that one can listen to. And it's for every organ in your body. I would like to demonstrate how I actually came to talk about this to you today. I have a patient who's been my patient since 2008, who was, and I would say still is, but he's about as healed as can be at this moment. But he had the most extreme mold toxin illness that I've ever seen in my 16 years of experience, to the point where he was disabled. He's a physician himself, and he was no longer able to work. This happened when he built a new house, and the house had mold damage from a building mishap, which let rainwater into the house. So the house was completely mold infested. So I treated him with everything that I knew of under the sun, from ongoing detoxifications, ongoing hormone thyroid adrenal balancing, support and replacement, cholestyramine, which is something very typical given to mold toxin patients that binds the mold toxin and helps the body eliminate it, so it doesn't keep recycling in the body. and glutathione and more. Nutritional support and of course avoidance of exposure. This patient is actually from the East Coast and he moved to Denver in 2008. We'll take questions later. This patient was completely disabled. He had to stop working. He actually had to move out of his house. The attacks were quite frequently, and the attacks kind of left him completely disabled to do anything. It went from severe balance issues to the point where he would not be able to walk straight. He actually, one time he was in my office, and when he tried to leave the office, he had to hold himself with the wall to find the door. Never seen anything like this. Memory issues, extreme fatigue, feeling like he had drank too much alcohol, which of course he had. Palpitations and shortness of breath. It took him several days to get over an attack. When he had an attack, he basically said there was nothing that he could do except for sleep it off. And it took him a good 24 to 36 hours each time. He got connected with, I'm going to call it the Russian connection. He did a lot of research. He's a physician, very smart man. He came across this technology. And he ordered this a mini Tesla generator, and he ordered the super version in December 2012. He wore it about for 4 months, and he noticed about a 2% improvement per week. So in about 3 to 4 months, he felt quite a bit better, and he was much stronger, and the attacks were much milder. So this is his own words. I like to use my patients' words because they're sometimes really cool. A showstopper. He said it was a real showstopper when he lost the generator. And these generators need to be made for you. They take 4 to 6 weeks or sometimes 8 weeks to actually be made and be shipped to you. So he had to wait for 2 months to get a new generator, and he called it a showstopper. He went to the Scientific Research Institute for National Security in Moscow, which is the institute that makes these generators, with Dr. Caesar, who will speak in a minute, and is the president of the Genome project. And he went there in August 2013. He got treated for 4 weeks, 2 to 3 hours each day. He was laying in the machine called the Aura 001. He was treated by Alexei Diashev. While he was there, he upgraded from the super generator to the ultra generator, which is the one, remember, that you can include the digitized medications as well. So he upgraded, and he added a few medications, including Adderall, which is something that I prescribed to him frequently in the past. He was not able to be even functioning without a bunch of support and drugs and medications and this and that. He said that the digitized version of this medication was similar to the real one, but he did not have the letdown effect and the side effects with insomnia. After Moscow, he noticed that the mold toxin attacks diminished from 1 to 2 a month, versus he had them 2 to 3 times per day before. The attacks were mild, not anywhere close to what they were before. He said he was able to overcome most attacks in a few hours versus like 24 to 36 hours. And he was pretty much back to normal and able to function the next day, versus before it took him 2 to 3 days. He also really loves his audio modules, and he says that when he has a little bit of an attack, he starts these modules right away, and after listening to them for just a few minutes, for example, he noticed it with palpitations, it takes it away in 10 minutes. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Institute. The Institute of National Security in Moscow was founded in 1937 as a Central Institute for Information Wave Technology. This institute was developing devices for first persons of state, military commanders, diplomats, special forces, and the Olympic team. It has been perfected, the technology has been perfected in more than 20 years of research. Today, the mini Tesla generators are being used by Russian forces, special forces, and the Russian Olympic team. The information technology used to be classified, but it's now available to the general public in Russia since 2008, since the institute was privatized in 2000. The technology is patented and certified and licensed by the Russian Health Department. So when I saw this patient improve, I had to find out for myself because I've never seen anything like this in the past. So I went to Moscow with Dr. Caesar, and we just got back a few weeks ago. This is the Red Square, and one of the oldest, most beautiful churches in Russia. I myself got treated in the Aura 001 for 18 hours total. I was there for 10 days and had treatment about 2 to 3 hours a day. And this is not a ballroom, this is the subway in Moscow. So the mini Tesla generators, as I told you, they're certified and patented in Russia, and they treat people with all kinds of conditions. But here in the United States, we can only tell you that it will rejuvenate you, but it will rejuvenate you, hopefully also from your disease. So let your own individualized holographic cell matrix transform you in a healthier, younger you. I would like to pass the word on to Dr. Irene Caesar, PH.D. She's the president of Wave Genome Technologies. She's the exclusive representative for products and services of the Institute for National Security in Moscow, based on the revolutionary laser technology of the quantum leap. You can also learn more about this technology at www.wavegenome.com, where you can also order the generators. After this talk, we will be available for questions, and we'll have handouts for you as well. Dr. Caesar and I are working on a 2-day seminar, and if you sign up on an email sheet, we will inform you with our newsletters about upcoming seminars on this technology. Please give it up for Dr. Caesar. This is the biggest church in Moscow.